Coach Jack Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel. And I want to wish y'all a happy, lovely, romantic day, even if you, choose to go there. It's perfectly all right, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a grown up. Now, I'm not encouraging you youngsters, you know what I'm saying, to jump in grown folks' business and try to do what they do, right? This That statement was specifically for adults only. You feel me? So look, this Saturday, this Saturday, June the 7th, um, Norfolk, Virginia, the home of Keyshawn Davis, right? We, the fans, I don't know about y'all, but I personally am clamoring for this fight, right? Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos. Both these cats are remarkable uh, boxers in the ring. You know what I'm saying? They know that ring well. And plus that they both, you know what I'm saying, heavy punches. You know what I'm saying? So I, want to get off into to the who's going to win, who's not going to win, right? But I will say, contrary to the fact that this could be a 50-50 fight, right? That I'm kind of like giving a slight edge to Keyshawn Davis, right? Keyshawn Davis has literally, in the short time that he's been, has been champion, and the short time that he's been in the sport of boxing, right? He has definitely demonstrated that he wants all the smoke, right? And he ain't ducking nobody. Now, contrary to the fact that he has said on occasion that Shakur Stevenson is the only person he will fight, and that's because they have this personal in, infinity for one another, if you will, right? They love each other like brother, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But when the stakes get high, right, and promoters start talking about big payday right now. Me personally, okay, I'm just gonna put it like that. Me personally, I have to, me as a businessman, you know what I mean, and as a lover of the sport, right, I gotta put my personal feelings to the side and get that bank, man, because if those two cats fight, no, given the fact that if both of them come out victorious, uh, in look, these are both heavy hitting matches for both of these dudes. Edward De Los Santos versus Keyshawn Davis. Um, Shakur Stevenson versus who is Shakur Stevenson fighting actually? Damn, who is? I'm not memory. Memory. Slips my mind on this, but give me a second, y'all. Um, there you go. Here you go. Yeah, I apologize, but I should. I don't know how I'm forgetting that, but I will say that I do recall that his next opponent. Woo! How can I possibly have forgot that? How can I possibly? I'm getting old. That's how, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna put crap on it, right? I am 75 years old, and I am entitled to have a lapse in memory every now and then, right? So don't be bewildered with it, dude. You can't remember nothing. I'm 75 years old, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that is in and of itself is a matter that can easily be, you know what I mean, excused away when it comes to memory loss, right? 75 years old, and contrary to the fact that every now and then I might, you know, have a memory lapse, I still, right, can do my job. You know what I'm saying? I can do this, right? So I don't know how I forgot that already though. He's fighting William Zepeda. Shakur Stevens is fighting William Zepeda July 12th, right? And that's going to be a rock 'em, sock 'em, punch 'em event too, as is the case with Keyshawn Davis versus Edward De Los Santos. Keyshawn Davis is 26 years of age. He's 5'9", with a 70.1-inch right with a 70.1-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. He has 13 wins, 9 knockouts, no losses, never been stopped draw that. Now, that was off the top, right? You know what I mean? So kudos to me on that, right? And his opponent, Keyshawn Davis' opponent is Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos is 25 years of age. He's 5'8". Hmm, that's interesting. Keyshawn Davis got an inch on him. They, they both have the same arm reach, 70.1-inch, right-hander. 16 wins, 14, and this cat is a knockout artist as well. Uh, 14 by knockout, 2 losses. Now I know one was to Shakur Stevenson, and there was a lot of controversy about that because they considered they considered Shakur Stevens as a runner when he fought uh, Elvis De Los Santos, right? And um, a lot of people say he ran, but a person that knows boxing, like I know boxing, right? I would easily say that that was um, excellent performance by Shakur Stevens, right? Especially under the circumstances, and he was in the ring with a heavy hitter, a power puncher, right? If ever De Los Santos catch you, you going to sleep, right? So when you see dudes like Devin Haney, right, in the instance where in that last fight, well, with Jose Ramirez, right? He did a lot of moving, you know what I mean? Sticking and moving. And actually, um, I gave Devin Haney a whole bunch of credit, right? He was in tip top shape, and Jose Ramirez couldn't lay his hand on him. You know what I mean? And for those that know boxing, like I know boxing, you know what I mean? First of all, I know that Devin Haney had to be in extraordinary shape, right? I know that Devin Haney ring IQ and his ability to stick and move, punch and not get punched. Man, it was awesome. I mean, look, that was an outstanding performance. Now, contrary to the fact that I will say this, I was a little outdone by the psychological aspect of I wasn't for sure if that was a plan or whether that was I want to say the after effect of the bout between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, right? He was dropped 3 times, and anybody is going to have uh, a hard road to hold coming back, right? Especially if you was undefeated. And Devin Haney was undefeated, and he's still undefeated, right? Which is a good thing, contrary to the fact that Ryan Garcia cheated on that particular. Y'all got me going all over the place, but this is what I do. You know what I mean? And when you love the sport of boxing like I do, you can't make reference to a person without explaining the circumstances around him, right? So this is why I do that. But let's get back to the meat and potatoes, right? Which is a fight this week on the 7th, man. I can't. Hey, look, man. I can't wait for that fight because I know, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be sitting on the edge. I may even do a boxing party on that one to explain away the pros and cons of each boxer, right? And give y'all my opinion on the ups and downs, the right and the wrong in reference to uh, 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 their credibility in the ring. You know what I mean? Everybody makes mistakes in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be of the opinion that just because a cat is great or just because a cat is good, that a pundit, a person that knows boxing like I know boxing as a result of being in the ring, right? Being uh, uh, socked at. I ain't gonna say socked on. I'm gonna say socked at, right? Because again, you know what I'm saying? A superb boxer, right, would rather hit and not get hit. And that's what you know what I'm saying? That was my thing. And what I did, right, I had excellent stamina. You got to have stamina, people. You know what I mean? To be able to get on that back like Devin Haney did, right? But back to Edwin De Los Santos and, and Keyshawn Davis. Look, man, I'm just going to be on, I already know. I don't know about y'all, but I already know I'm gonna be on my seat like, damn, did he hit him with that? You know what I mean? Because I mean, I know these cats are coming to bring it, both of them. You know what I mean? And for me, Keyshawn Davis has really proved himself to be a superb boxer in his last two matches, right? I mean, there was both knockouts, right? And one of them was for the title, right? And I was like, this dude is serious about his money, right? But you gotta give Keyshawn Davis a lot of credit for putting himself in a position, right, to become a, a darn good boxer. You know what I mean? When I say in that position, right, he got with a darn good trainer, right? In that uh, Torrance Crawford, Torrance Wood Crawford camp, right? That was an excellent move. You know what I mean? And Bomac is an excellent trainer. You know what I mean? You got to give Bomac his kudos, man, when it comes to it, making them, showing them cats how to conduct themselves as professionals. And, hey, I mean, he's doing that, man, and he's having a lot of good outcomes as a result of being that type of coach. You know what I mean? But again, we looking forward to that fight, man. And again, uh, next, excuse me, this Saturday, June 7th, right? Uh, uh, again, I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it right there and just say I'm anticipating a really, 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 really rock'em sock'em type of boxing event when it comes to these two cats, Keyshawn Davis and Edwin Del Santos, because both of them are dangerous boxers. That being said, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section if you don't mind, if you ain't got nothing to do, right? And let me know who you think is going to win this fight between Keyshawn Davis and Edwin Del Santos. Del Santos. That being said, then I got to go. Later.